Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Obi-Wan. So, this takes place right after what happened in the last episode. So, Obi-Wan had just been burned by, Darth Vader. I don't know why I forgot that for a second. But anyway, so he was burned by Darth Vader, and he was taken off planet. So what we see there is he gets taken, and he gets sent somewhere. They said the name of it, and off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is. I know it's the birthplace of the rebellion, but, let's not get into that right this very second. So, while that's going on, and he's taken off planet, Leia is captured by Fourth Sister. So she takes her to the Inquisitor, Mount Inquisitor, or whatever it's called. It's where all the Inquisitors go. It's like their training facility, their everything. So, we now go to Obi-Wan, who is being healed, dunked into the healing tank, and is healed. I put that in quotations because he didn't stay in it long enough to fully heal himself, just enough to be impatient, or strong enough to get himself out of it. I guess the best way to put it. So he gets out and he wants to know where Leia is so he can figure out what he needs to do. What's the next step, how he's going to get her, and everything else. And he asks for help from the group. They're not really the rebellion, they're the network right now. And the network refuses. And he explains that he really needs to. He needs to do this, and he'll do it by himself if need be. So they kind of give him the rundown of what needs to be done and how big this fortress is, and they're not even positive on how big it actually is. They only see what it is on top. So when talking about it, Obi-Wan's like, well, I don't. What shields do they have? And he's like, there are no defense systems. They don't need it because no one's dumb enough to go towards it. So that being said, Obi-Wan's like, well, I'm doing it. So the woman that saved him decides to go with him. She claims that she can get in there and help guide him get into the facility. They're kind of not for it, but in the end they decide that it's best that they do it. So they go. She gets in. She has a little bit of an issue trying to get in, but she flaunts her rank and basically tells people, back the heck up. This is my deal. Go away. It works to the extent where she at least gets in. She gets right into the command center, or one of the command centers, I guess, because I'm not quite positive there's just one. It's just too big to have one, but weirder things have happened, right? So she gets Obi-Wan to go in, so he's underwater. And they open up like this, I don't want to say vault, but like kind of like a circle thing where he gets in, and he gets in, and he takes out a clone troop. I'm sorry, stormtrooper, removes them, and then starts looking for Leia. Now, the weird thing I see of this is he doesn't take the uniform off or the armor off and wears it, which I find very odd, in my opinion, just because I thought that would make sense for him to do so. But, it's a different Obi-Wan than I'm used to, and it's a different Obi-Wan than we're all used to. So it's not that surprising that he didn't think of it, or he thought it was probably not even worth it. So that being said, he goes in and kind of looking for her. So he's getting notes from the woman trying to guide him into the fortress. So she's trying to help him as best she can. While this is going on, Fourth Sister is interrogating Leia. Now, she can't do it. So she's trying to use the Force and everything else, and Leia's resisting. But the weird thing is, with her resisting, isn't all that surprising. Like, it's not... It doesn't seem to phase Fourth Sister, I guess the best way to put it. And she's unable to break her. So what happens is, they take her to a torture room, I guess the best way to put it. So Obi-Wan kind of asked the woman to make a distraction because he knows, he has an idea of what's going on and he needs, help. So while this was going on, Fourth Sister is really trying to get the information out of her. Right before, like, these needles look like they're about to go into Leia's head, specifically in the eyes. What she does is somebody comes in and says that they need Fourth Sister immediately. She's not happy, so she goes down, and it's the woman that helped Obi-Wan get in. And she's claiming to be a spy, helping the Empire get information on the network. And it becomes a huge problem, but in the end, Obi-Wan escapes, gets Leia out, and they're starting to run away. Fourth Sister's distracted enough that she runs after, trying to go after Obi-Wan, that she leaves the other woman behind. She then goes with and escapes, or sorry, gets to Obi-Wan, and they'd start to leave. Well, while they're fighting stormtroopers, part of the glass breaks under the bottom of the ocean, and he's holding it up with the Force. Now, he has a difficult time with this because he's still not connected to the Force fully, but he's able to do it. He's able to hold it in place. I wouldn't say he does with ease at all. He's really struggling. But anyway, he releases it once the stormtroopers come in and washes them away, drowns them. They get back into the top deck, and this is when Fourth Sister comes out and ready to kill them all. And this is when the network comes in and starts firing in their ships. They get in and take off. Fourth Sister throws a bomb at them. The one that doesn't have Obi-Wan in it blocks it, whether it was on purpose or not, takes the explosion, and they unfortunately die. So they get back to the they get to the ship, and they're being told that they're going to try to figure out what their next step is. Now, we go back to the Inquisiting Tower, Mount Inquisitor. Darth Vader is ready to kill Fourth Sister, choking her, and she explains that she had a plan, a backup plan, where she actually put a tracking device on the ship before it left, which is false. What we find out is she actually put the tracking device inside of the droid that Leia has. So this is definitely going to be a weird thing. We're going to have to try to figure out what happens here. I think her idea all along was to take out the network / rebellion from the get-go, and she knew getting to this, or doing it that way, was the right way. Because Obi-Wan was way too easy to escape. And so they all were able to escape rather easily. And I find that very odd. But in the end, it does sort of make sense, because she'd rather take out the entire network, and that way they wouldn't have any issues kind of to go against. So, some things that bothered me. The fact that Leia's Force abilities aren't really noticed. It just seems to be like a natural thing for her, and I find it very odd to me. Maybe it's because the lack of Force-sensitive children. Also, we got to see the tombs of all the dead Jedi in the basement, which was kind of gross and sad. We get to see how Darth Vader treats the Inquisitors, which is nice. He doesn't care about anybody and will kill all of them without a problem. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens next. Obviously, the Empire is going to go after Obi-Wan because they have a tracking device on him. But we're going to have to wait and see how they do so. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Let me know in the comments, what you thought about this episode. Was it a good episode to you? I definitely thought it was well done. It wasn't as exciting as some of the other episodes so far, but it definitely, I think, kind of set the tone of what Fourth Sister is really up to. Or kind of a better idea, I guess, is the best way to put it. So, as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beast Eel signing out. Have a great night.